Today in the show, 130 million euros for Yan Diamande as crazy bidding opens up. At the same time, Manchester United agrees personal terms with Manu Kone, while legendary World Cup hero Vozinha picks his new club. We talk about all this and much more right now. One of the breakout stars of the 2026 World Cup and the most talked about goalkeeper on the planet is deciding his future. According to available information, 34-year-old Cape Verde national team goalkeeper Vozinha has reached a verbal agreement in principle on a move to Chilean club Kolo Colo. Following the expiration of his contract with Portuguese side Chaves, the experienced shot stopper was a free agent. His phenomenal performances at the World Cup, particularly a string of fantastic saves against Spain and Argentina, turned him into a genuine media sensation. His Instagram now boasts over 25.5 million followers. Such crazy popularity caught the eye of numerous clubs, with rumors even swirling in the press about a potential move to Inter Miami. However, the player opted for the Chilean giant. Currently, the parties merely need to finalize the legal formalities, after which the goalkeeper will fly out to Chile for his medical examination and official unveiling. Such a transfer serves as a major reinforcement for the team, as Vozinha is an extraordinarily experienced and calm goalkeeper with excellent line reactions and the ability to single-handedly keep his team in the game under heavy pressure. Beyond the sporting aspect, signing such a media star will provide the Chileans with a colossal marketing boom. A massive strategic plot is unfolding in the European transfer market, closely intertwining the interests of Bayern, PSG, and Madrid Real. According to available information, during the 2026 World Cup, Kylian Mbappe actively chatted with 24-year-old Munich winger Michael Olise in the France national team camp, convincing his countrymen that his play style is perfectly suited for the Merengues. Mbappe has already informed Madrid president Florentino Pérez that Olise dreams of putting on the white shirt, while Michael himself makes no secret in private conversations that playing for real is his childhood dream. However, expecting a transfer this summer is premature. The player has a binding contract with Bayern through 2029, respects the club, and has no intention of forcing a move. In Munich, Olise is viewed as a fundamental performer, but they fully understand his ambitions and are already assembling a short list of replacements for the summer of 2027 when Madrid comes knocking with an official offer. It is precisely in this context that the name of 23-year-old PSG winger Bradley Barcola surfaces. The Munich side has indeed kept the Frenchman on their expanded radar for a long time due to his profile and modest salary, yet Bayern never entered an active race or direct contact with the Parisians. Currently, PSG maintains an unyielding price tag of 150 million euros and is preparing a new contract for the player, making his transfer to Munich this summer completely out of the question. Liverpool has long been considered the primary favorite in the race for Barcola, but the Parisians' excessive financial demands and reluctance to let the winger go significantly complicate negotiations for the English side as well. Thus, Barcola remains merely a hypothetical future option for Bayern in the event of Olise leaving for Real in a year or two. A battle for the Red Devils' engine room is heating up in the transfer market. According to available information, Manchester United has reached an agreement in principle on personal terms with 25-year-old Roma French midfielder Manu Kone. The player himself is open to a move to Old Trafford, as the English giant is actively seeking a new orchestrator for their midfield since Manuel Ugarte does not feature in Michael Carrick's plans and Casemiro is departing the club. However, a financial chasm still separates the clubs. The Red Devils are preparing an opening official bid of 50 million euros, whereas the Romans value their midfielder at no less than 60 million euros. Manu Kone put together a stellar season for the Italian club and reached the semifinals of the 2026 World Cup with the France national team. And with his contract running through 2029, the Italians are holding out for elevated compensation. Furthermore, according to our sources, the player is simultaneously waiting to see if an official move comes from PSG, as an offer from Pérez would make returning to France his top choice. Meanwhile, Chelsea, Madrid, Atletico, and Saudi side Al Ahly are monitoring the situation. Let's speak candidly. The Manchester United hierarchy should certainly not be quibbling over 10 million euros right now and needs to wrap up this deal immediately. The Frenchman is an aggressive, mobile, and physically robust defensive midfielder with elite ball-winning capability and deep ball progression skills. Should he move to England, he can single-handedly lock down a troublesome spot and form a powerful midfield trio alongside Andre Santos and Yuri Tielemans under Michael Carrick. Write in the comments whether Manchester United should pay 60 million euros for Manu Kone or look for other options. But let's move forward. A very intriguing multi-move sequence is developing in the transfer market around 22-year-old Madrid Real forward Gonzalo Garcia. London Fulham has signaled a readiness to splash substantial cash to secure a permanent buyout of the Spanish attacker. However, the Madrid club strictly refuses to release their academy product without firm control mechanisms. Talks are proceeding under the exact same legal framework as the recent transfer of Nico Paz to Como. The Merengues' board demands the inclusion of a fixed buyback right active over 1 to 2 years, a right of first refusal on future bids from other clubs, and a hefty sell-on clause. This structure grants the Londoners a player at a reasonable price while allowing Real to fully insulate their future. The primary driver behind this transaction is the new manager of the London side, Álvaro Arbeloa, who knows Gonzalo Garcia's ceiling inside out from working together in the youth setup, Castilla, and the senior squad, which he managed over the past 6 months. Arbeloa is personally persuading the forward to make the move to England, promising him main striker status. At the same time, Jose Mourinho considers Gonzalo the sole natural number 9 in the roster. As Kylian Mbappe and Endrick possess somewhat different profiles, yet the Portuguese manager candidly admitted to the player that he cannot guarantee him a regular starting spot. Now the decision rests entirely on the footballer himself. Remain a backup in Madrid under Jose, or become the attacking focal point for his mentor Arbeloa in the Premier League. A full-blown bidding war for the most coveted young talent on the planet is erupting in the transfer market. According to available information, 19-year-old RB Leipzig Ivorian winger Yan Diamande finds himself at the center of a massive auction among Europe's top clubs. Just a year ago, the Germans acquired the player from Leganés for 20 million euros, and today, following a phenomenal display at the 2026 World Cup for the Ivory Coast national team, the player's price tag has skyrocketed into the stratosphere. Diomande himself and his family are aiming exclusively for a move to Parisian PSG, with whom the player has already fully agreed personal terms. However, the French side is putting forward 93.5 to 110 million euros, refusing to meet the full asking price of RB Leipzig, who strictly demand 120 to 130 million euros up front. At this juncture, Madrid Real aggressively crashed negotiations. The Spanish giant has already submitted an initial official offer of 90 million euros plus 10 million in add-ons, but the Germans promptly knocked it back. The RB Leipzig board raised the bar for Real to 130 million euros, openly pointing to public promises from Merengues president Florentino Pérez to allocate 150 million euros for a new superstar. In parallel, Premier League clubs Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City are waiting in the wings. Diomande himself is keeping the English clubs on hold for now, but should PSG refuse to raise their bid, the saga will turn into an open bidding war involving the Madrid side and English heavyweights, where Liverpool is prepared to step forward with a record proposal first. Such frantic competition is completely justified. The Ivorian winger possesses explosive pace, unique one-on-one dribbling skills, and impressive press resistance, capable of operating on either attacking flank with equal effectiveness. In today's market, there is an acute shortage of young, explosive wide forwards of this caliber with Ballon d'Or potential. Write in the comments which club Yan Diamande will choose. Will he move to Parisian PSG? Or can Florentino Pérez hijack the Ivorian for real? That's all for today, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.